Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and screen record really quick. I don't know if I'm able to screen record with Tova recording. Oh, I got it. I got it. Here we are. All right. Here we go. Tova, let me go ahead and, all right. I wanted to make it a little smaller, but okay. This will have to work. Okay. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It is our passion and joy to share the side hustle economy with you guys and share with you guys why we decided to try something that was a little bit unconventional. And so we thank you guys just for showing up tonight. We know that you could be doing anything with your time. And so we appreciate that you're spending your time with us. So I will briefly introduce myself, but tonight we're going to be highlighting Tova, and we can't wait to share with you guys all about our stories and how this could be a benefit to you and potentially your answer. All right, so I'm Natalie. I'm Natalie Dolan. I am a Sapphire brand ambassador with Plexus. I have been with Plexus for 7 years, and so I have learned a ton about the industry. I've learned a ton about Plexus as a company, how to do this the right way, how people do it the wrong way. And I am passionate about showing people how to do social selling the right way. I am a corporate trainer. I am a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 boys. I do have a teenager now, so that's a whole different ball game. I feel like that's like a level up when it comes to mothering, having a teenager. It's just it's a new level. We are a military family, and you know, a sentence that really describes the beginning of my journey. If I had to pick one that stands out the most, would be just like, I felt that I had untapped potential inside of me. And I'll share with you guys many more reasons why I decided to take a look and why I decided to partner with Plexus and do this. But that's just a little bit about who I am. And really being a Sapphire brand ambassador just means that I have helped hundreds of people get healthy. I have seen so many people have incredible health stories. I have helped people make a lot of money. I've helped people make a lot of margin for their budgets, grocery money, maybe paying their car bill, maybe paying their mortgage, to 6-figure earners with the company. That is just a high level of leadership that I know, being as regular as I am, that anybody can achieve with the right learning and the right tools and the right company. And we have that. So without further ado, meet Tova, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Hey guys, Tova. If you don't know me, welcome. Thanks for giving us your time. So a little backstory on me. I'm a mom to 3. My daughter is 12, so we're approaching that teenage phase. And then I have twin boys that are 10. So I'm an Army wife. We're, busy with all the normal things that all the moms are busy with. I'm a traditionally trained critical care paramedic. So that's been my career for decades. And I actually retired coming up on 2 years ago from that. So that's kind of what I've always done, is emergency medicine background and medical background. And I come from a medical family. And Natalie and I have been friends for about 10 years now. It's hard to believe. And about 6 years ago, I knew she was selling some vitamins, and I really trusted her. And so I kind of reached out to her on that front. I just wanted to learn more about what these supplements were that she trusted, and kind of if they could make a difference for me. And so at that point in my life, my shifts were all 12s and 24-hour shifts. And my husband was deployed kind of yet again, gone more than he's home sometimes. And so I just kind of accepted, being run down and having low energy and just kind of burning the candle at both ends was my norm. And the main reason is I wanted to stop getting the colds that my kids were constantly bringing home from school, because this was 6 years ago. They were pretty little. And so she assured me I could find some relief for my energy and my immune system and sleep. And that's kind of really where it started. And I fell in love with the products very quickly. And coming from a traditional medicine background, I'm definitely more of a skeptic, which is funny to me now because I believe in it so wholeheartedly. But a lot of traditionally trained medical people don't have a lot of knowledge about supplements. And so it's been fun to learn that over the past few years. So for the first year I was on the products, I just loved them and sent Natalie a ton of my friends and family that they really should try these. They're making a huge difference for me. And then, as the Army tends to do, it changed our plans and we weren't expecting to move, and we had an unexpected move to Kansas. And really what that meant for me is it just disrupted my job and my options for my job. So my husband being Army, he's, a set salary. And then I was a paramedic. So pretty much a set hourly rate. And I was at the high end because I was doing critical care medicine. I was teaching. And I was flying. So I definitely was making the higher end of what you can as a paramedic. So it's pretty much set. So if we wanted to do something extra special, a bigger Christmas or a bigger vacation, I picked up extra shifts. I worked overtime, which meant more time at work and less time at home, but that's what I had always done. When we moved out to Kansas, it really removed that option. And so suddenly we were in a new situation where I was still working, but not as much as I was before. So income was going down and expenses were going up. And before then I hadn't really considered what Natalie was doing and what she was talking to me about. And because my circumstances changed, I reached back out to her. It's like, okay, let's have a chat about what my choices are here.
I love that. I think you have such a unique story. Just with being someone who was already very, very busy. And you already had a thriving career. And so for me, looking on the outside in, I saw you as someone who, really loved your career, had a very full life. And, I didn't know if this was going to be for you, but then, like you said, like an unexpected deployment came around and changed things for you, and you found yourself in a place where you wanted more.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to say, I wasn't looking for anything. I wasn't looking for a career change. I was extremely busy. And I highlight how busy I was, not because I'm amazing and can do things other people can't. This is how good it fit into my life, that I was traveling for work and my husband was gone a lot and I was working crazy hours. And this was a rare option because not many other jobs work with that. And so it was a nice option as an addition when I first started.
Yeah. I mean, it really taught me not to prejudge anyone, because at the end of the day, with the economy that we're experiencing now, we are seeing people consider new options and extra income options more than ever. One second. Oh, okay. So yeah. And so, I think we have all felt the inflation. I don't think there's a single person that you can meet that has not felt the inflation, the groceries and the gas and every single fee, every single thing that you were already buying went up. And so we're finding that people are looking around to do something that fits into their lives, even when they already have a busy life, something that's substantial. So really quick, I'll share why I chose social selling in particular. For me, I was in college. I was, I started this 7 years ago. So I was 26 at the time. And so I went back to college and I was pursuing dental hygiene because I thought, being in a military family and single parenting quite often. I needed something that was flexible, that I could do part-time, that would move along with us, that I, felt like would be enough to justify leaving my kids. And so that's really what I was pursuing until I started taking these products and I started to see, okay, everyone I know, I started taking the products first of all, and my physical results with it were amazing. It changed my quality of life, and I started learning about gut health and blood sugar and inflammation. And I started to see, wow, this is for the masses. This is for men and women. This is for young and old. This doesn't discriminate. This is for everyone. These products are consumable. This company is high integrity. And this is something that helps people and is about quality of life. It's not luxury. No matter what, people are going to need these products. And everyone around me was always complaining about being tired, having headaches, having a stomach ache, not being able to go out because they're sick again, having sick family members, just being moody, just having an off day, having anxiety, having all of these things that I knew something that could help people. So I started to see it is my responsibility to share this with people. Okay. And I started to really connect the dots into my own life at the time to work with what I had. So, my spouse was gone. He was gone constantly, and I needed something that I could work into solo parenting. And so I saw that social selling, I don't have to have a brick and mortar business to make significant income. I didn't need a shipping department. I didn't need a branding department. I didn't need, the customer service and everything, and product development even. I could just put my effort into what would produce results for my family and other people around me. So it just fit into my life in a way that made so much sense without sacrificing the lifestyle that I really wanted.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say. It fit into my existing life because I wasn't looking to overcomplicate things. I wasn't looking to add a bunch of things on my plate. And it ran in parallel to what my profession was about, was helping people, obviously. And I was doing that in the emergency medicine setting and critical care setting. And honestly, over 18 years, it got more and more sad and frustrating to see how ill people were getting when there was a lot of help on the back end. And so I really was excited to be part of that and to kind of know better than the patients, even know what I'm preventing, the road I'm preventing them from going down. And so for 3 years, I did my critical care paramedic flight job for 24-hour shifts. I did that at the same time as doing Plexus. So it really complemented my schedule. And I'd say a turning point for me, I went through 2020, which obviously was a really trying year for all of us, but especially in healthcare, and juggling a deployment during that and all my kids. And I think everyone kind of reevaluated what their goals and values were after 2020. And when people started to go back to work, do I want things in my life to look the same as they did before 2020? In some ways, I think it was good. And right around that time, my Plexus income, my extra side hustle income, surpassed my paramedic income of 18 years. I have a bachelor's degree in science. I have a lot of all the extra things for paramedicine and 18 years of experience. And it was just mind blowing that in 3 years, I had passed that income. And I knew what my income potential was for being a paramedic. I was a state employee. I would get incremental raises every year. It's like a teacher, firefighter, police officer, anything like that. But there was a cap. I was never going to be earning 6 figures as a paramedic unless I was working crazy amount of hours. And I didn't want to do that. My kids were little. So once my income passed my medical income, it really opened my eyes, and I reevaluated, what do I actually want to be doing for the next few years, the last few years that my kids are home, especially. So that's really where I had a turning point and decided to go all in on the preventative medicine side and the being able to kind of access a lot of things that I had given up for so many years. And in July, that'll be 2 years that I made that decision.
Yeah. So tell me, how did you find the desire to work this into such a busy schedule?
Great question. So I wanted more margin. I wanted more flexibility. I did not like having to say no to my kids, even though, yes, I know sometimes we have to say no to kids. But when they wanted to do an extra vacation or go on an extra trip, and especially not even just going on the trips, when you go to Disney and then it's an insane amount for all the extra things the kids get there and want. Like, I wanted to be able to say, like, yeah, sure, we can get that. Yeah, we can do the extra thing. Yeah, we can stay an extra day. All the fun add-ons that I really wanted to do. That's initially what my kind of drive was at the beginning. It turned into so much more than that, but really helping people not go down a terrible health path. And then at the same time, being able to not have to pick up extra shifts. That feeling of needing to go clock in and be gone in order, I had to trade dollar for hour. And that created a sense of pressure that I didn't really recognize until I released that pressure by having the extra income with Plexus. And once that pressure started to lift, I really started reevaluating, like, maybe there's some things that I've been convincing myself that I'm cool with that I'm not cool with anymore. And maybe there's some stuff I'd like to do with the family that I haven't been able to.
Absolutely. I feel like my idea of what was possible, my view became so broadened by just learning about what the potential here was. And though I had a newborn when I started, I had a newborn, a toddler, and a 6-year-old, and I was doing it all alone most of the time. I was able to work it in because it was enjoyable work. I didn't, I could have been like, I am just too busy. I have my hands too full. I don't have any help. I don't live by family, but I found so much joy working it into my life. It did not feel like a burden. It became really exciting to explore this new challenge and to help people get healthy. So
Right.
I just got a text from a friend who just started the products, and she said, I don't feel like crap anymore. I have more energy and I'm feeling happier. And I've been living that life for the past 7 years of getting these great reports. I mean, we all have bad news coming at us left and right, but to get good reports and do that over and over again with people, it doesn't feel like this thing I have to cram in. Not
Yeah.
that.
And it was fun. It is fun. Like, you get to work with your friends, guys. Anybody who's worked outside the home knows you don't get to custom pick who you work with. And I was assigned partners, and sometimes that was good and sometimes not so good. And like, it didn't really matter. No one was consulting me with my preferences. So it was so fun to
Yeah.
be able to just do something fun with the people that I wanted.
Absolutely. I mean, even this picture right here, this is all of us at a work retreat together of friends who we picked and brought together, and it's been such a joy. So this really has been the side hustle of my dreams. And for me, I'll just say I'm the kind of person who, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I felt like there was untapped potential, and I felt like there was more that if I put my mind to something, I could build it, grow it, and enjoy it. And I am the kind of person, I'm not super money driven as much as I am just enjoyment driven. And so these pictures right here, I mean, one was in a team retreat in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and the other was a whole bunch of us in Hawaii together on a free vacation with our plus ones. And that added so much joy and richness into my life. I stopped watching my husband travel all around the world and leave constantly, and me be stuck at home all the time. And I got to be able to provide for my family as well, contribute, while also getting to go on work trips that were less dangerous and a lot more fun. And so this was completely my dream come true.
I don't know if Natalie, if your internet cut you off, but I'm gonna hop in here and second everything you said for sure. And some things, I initially started it because I didn't have the capacity. What started the idea for considering it was my lack of capacity to pick up extra shifts because of a unique situation in our life. But, oh, I think you're back now. You froze for a second. But what I ended up finding, and when I really sat down and was honest with myself, things that have kind of been able to change in my life that have been so incredible, that I don't think I was real honest with myself before, because I didn't really have any other options. I was a paramedic, which meant I was gone a lot and at crazy hours and 50% of the holidays. And I tell you guys, that's one of the most special things to me, that I get to be present for every single holiday. And it was stressful because we would put in requests for holidays and there was no sure bet that you would get them. They would divvy it up, who got what holidays off what year. So it was always this stress factor of, I don't know if I'm going to get those holidays off with my kids. And then also 2 of my kids are special needs kids. And as they were older in school, they really started to need a little more help, a little more attention and assistance. And the fact that I've been able to be there without stress, because if I was at work before and something would happen and they would call, yeah, if I had to leave work, I would leave work. That was really stressful. Your job will only put up with that for so long. So to be able to alleviate that stress and be present for them and be the car line mom. And it was on my terms. Again, I did this for 3 years together, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do both. But then when I came to a point where I didn't feel like doing both anymore, I didn't have to. And have to, I think, is the key word. So many people find themselves in situations where they aren't considering other things because they can't. They don't really have alternative options. They feel boxed in based on their budget and their house and their kids. Like, their budget is what their budget is and expectations are what they are. And so it's been a lot of fun to be able to show people, hey, things aren't necessarily as locked in as you might think. And this could be a great complement to your current situation, or it could be a lot of relief if you are looking and seeking for some change.
Absolutely. I think that just finding a new challenge brought so much fullness into my life. One moment, let me admit someone. Okay. So why we really partnered with Plexus. I'll go before my internet cuts back out. So when I first started Plexus, like I said, I was 26 years old. I was looking for my thing in life. And I knew that there was something that if I decided to roll up my sleeves and do the right way, be professional about, be all in, be a woman of excellence. And so at that point, I started for the products. The products transformed my health, a complete quality of life upgrade. And I really, first and foremost, wanted to get my family off of WIC. We had been, as a young military family coming up, having that one military income was just, left me being a budgeting queen, and I was budgeting everything down to the dime. And I would find myself pushing off things like oil changes and having to say no to birthday parties for my kids. And it got to a point where I was saying, enough is enough. I don't want to go to WIC appointments anymore. I want to be able to afford our groceries. And I could do this if I decided to. So, I got my family off. I started sharing, and got my family off of WIC the following month. Order groceries. That was life changing. That was life changing for the quality of my life, even as the one who was grocery shopping for my family. And gave me a new sense of pride and empowerment that I could take my life back and I could do more. And so it was that, and then it turned into an extra $500 a month. And that was massive when we were on a one family income. And it wasn't long before it turned into a full-time income, and our lifestyle had changed. We could go out to dinner. We could say yes when another couple asked us to go out. We could go on dates. We could go on little vacations. And then that really just brought us just such financial freedom that it had gone past the point of just a normal full-time income to being a six-figure yearly income, where we were able to start saying yes to a lot more vacations, because that's really what we love. We love making memories. The top right photo is me and my boys on a ski lift this winter. And that was a dream of mine, to be able to afford to take my family skiing. Loving. So between that and the bottom, oh, I might be cutting out. Am I cutting out?
You're okay now.
Okay, it said I'm unstable. So, and then the bottom right picture is me teaching and presenting to a group of women and being able to make an impact in the lives of others was so just fulfilling for me, and brought so much passion and purpose, and is beyond any 9-to-5 job that I could have ever done. It is being able to help believe in people and help people along and help people dream again was another level of fulfillment that I never anticipated. And at the end of the day, I wanted more memories, more margin, more freedom, and more impact. And that is completely what I got and why I decided to go all in with Plexus.
Yeah, for sure. And the last year where I did both Plexus and working as a flight medic, I really started to examine impact and what impact I wanted to have. And obviously, I've gotten to see some crazy stuff and amazing stuff and really be there in moments where people needed me and be part of life-changing moments. And I love that and I'm passionate about that. But I began to see it was just such a small drop in the bucket for a lot of our chronic health problems. And that really began to gnaw at me, that I wanted to know I was playing an important role in shifting what has become sick care, not healthcare. It's truly sick care. And we're not setting people up for success here to truly get healed and get healthy. And I wanted to be part of the healing process and preventative medicine, and know I was really making a difference in people's lives and helping them add years on and memories on. So that's been super fulfilling for me to know that I'm able to participate in that role. And I wouldn't ever want to be associated with a company that wasn't tied in to really making a difference for people, and high integrity and high quality. And then it's been so fun to be able to do this with a group of people, because my other job, it's pretty independent, pretty just about me showing up, clocking in, doing my thing and leaving. And to be able to be part of such a cool community of people with similar visions, similar goals, and really wanting to all row in the same direction and make big impact in people's health and people's finances, there's just nothing better, I swear.
There really isn't. And by the way, there's us on another shopping spree, which was a complete added bonus that we never saw ourselves just going on shopping sprees on the company's dime, but just an added perk. Okay, so with all that said, I want to end this with What if there could be more for you too? I think oftentimes you look at people like us who are years into our business and you think, well, that's cool for them, or they must have had something that I don't have, or I couldn't. But after 7 years doing this and helping people and seeing what makes people be successful, I can honestly say it boils down to these things that make people successful. It is high integrity. It's willingness to work, willingness to learn, and willingness to get outside of your comfort zone. If you possess those qualities, then you can be successful, especially in an area where it's so natural to want to help people get healthy, help people create more freedom for their life, help people to just become their best selves in an industry that encourages such strong growth, such strong community. And it is quite literally the answer to most people's prayers when they go to sleep at night. And so I can definitely say that if you can see yourself working hard and learning and growing and getting outside of your comfort zone, that you could be successful, and that it is totally doable to work this into the life you have now, if you're willing to take a leap of faith and trust that here on our team, we have the systems in place. We have the community in place. We have the know-how for how to do this the right way in 2023, a way that you can be proud of showing up. So I want you to consider that, maybe pray about it, talk to the person who invited you, let them know, have a brave conversation and let them know what is it in the back of your mind that holds you back from thinking maybe this could be for me. And maybe it is, and maybe it's not, but we'll never know until we have that conversation. Any closing remarks, Tilba?
No, you said everything. I would say definitely worth a conversation.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for giving your time. We would love to talk to you guys more about it. Thank you so much, and y'all have a good night.